Hello my spooky crew and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if this is your first time here. My name is Alex and thanks for coming to my spooky corner of the internet. As you can see, I'm someplace new this time around. I am in Charleston, South Carolina for a convention called Atomicon. I had a table, have a table because I'm still here, and talking on panels, some paranormal panels, some geek panels. It's been a really great weekend. I did get a chance to go to Fort Sumter yesterday, and I only did about 7 minutes of audio recording, and that was because I was in a really quiet spot. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna put it in a YouTube video, but I may put it on like TikTok or something, or put it on my Facebook page. I don't know yet. I don't know where it's gonna live, but it's definitely interesting. And it's also probably why like my hair is kind of a mess, my makeup's a mess. I just got done with my last panel of the evening. Yeah, I'm here doing this quick video before I go down and hang out with some friends. Obviously masks on and social distancing and everything. I'm also fully vaccinated, so huzzah. Anyway, I want to talk about one of my favorite things in the world. I've talked about it before, but I'm gonna be a little bit more detailed this time. I'm talking about Disneyland, the happiest place on earth, or could it be the most haunted place on earth? So there's one ride in particular that is known to be haunted, well, haunted-esque, haunted decoration, but that is the Haunted Mansion. So the Haunted Mansion is one of the most famous rides in Disneyland history. There are other versions of the Haunted Mansion ride at Disney World, Disneyland Paris. I mean, it's definitely a fan favorite for millions of people all over the world. I'm a huge Disney fan, or specifically Disneyland. When I was in college, I spent a lot of time in Disneyland because Disneyland was only about an hour and a half away from me. And I was a pass holder, so yeah. Big thing I really enjoy researching is like the paranormal in real life. How has the paranormal influenced some of our most famous pop culture icons? And the Haunted Mansion is no different. There is a true story behind the Haunted Mansion. I mean, some people have taken paranormal stuff and have created horror movies from it, or they've created plays, musicals, art. And in this case, Walt Disney himself created the Haunted Mansion ride, or as I like to call it, spiritualism, the ride. So when I was a kid, I didn't ride the Haunted Mansion all that much, but man, once I hit middle school and high school and college, I was riding the Haunted Mansion sometimes 3 times per trip. I loved it. I loved the singing ghosts, and I loved the buggies, and I loved the hitchhiking ghosts, and oh my gosh, that was magic to me. I've mentioned the true story behind the Haunted Mansion. Let's talk about it. But before we do that, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give this video a like. Be sure to turn on that notification bell, because if you subscribe to me but don't turn on that bell, you may never hear from me again, unless that's what you want. So be sure to click on that notification bell so you will know every time I upload a new video, and I do upload every Monday evening around 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or Eastern Daylight Time, depending on when you're watching this. So Walt Disney came up with the idea of the Haunted Mansion in 1951, so about 4 years before Disneyland opened. And initially Walt was thinking of the Haunted Mansion as being like a walk-through haunted house, and it was gonna live at the end of Main Street. So basically Walt Disney wanted this ride to be the stereotypical haunted house at the end of the road. But what's interesting is that this idea was pretty much untouched until 1957, and that was when Disney wanted to expand on New Orleans Square, which is where Haunted Mansion is. And so Disney found some real-life inspiration to help his process of developing the Haunted Mansion ride. Crazy thing, so the development of the Haunted Mansion ride started because Disney visited the Winchester Mystery House. And if you're not familiar with the Winchester Mystery House, so Sarah Winchester was the widow of William Wirt Winchester, and Winchester was the one who created the gun, and she believed that the Winchester house, her house, was haunted by the victims who've all died from a Winchester gun, or rifles. It was Winchester rifles. But anyway, so she built onto this house for a very, very long time, for many, many years, in order to trick the ghosts. So like you have stairs that led up to nowhere, you have doors that don't go anywhere, it's crazy. And Walt Disney visited this house. So as someone who has been on the Haunted Mansion ride many, many times, I can see where the Winchester Mystery House inspired Walt Disney. So the structure of the Haunted Mansion is very Winchester Mystery House-esque because it was inspired by this amazing real-life Haunted Mansion. Now, let's talk about the story of the ride. I love Madame Leota. If you've ever been on the ride, she's the head in the ball that's talking, and she is starting this seance because the story of the ride is, you're engaging in this seance. She's saying an invocation to start the seance, and it goes like this: serpents and spiders, tail of a rat, call in the spirits wherever they're at. Rap on a table, it's time to respond. Send us a message from somewhere beyond. Goblins and ghoulies from last Halloween, awaken the spirits with your tambourine. Creepies and crawlies, toads in a pond, let there be music from regions beyond. Wizards and witches, wherever you dwell, give us a hint by ringing a bell. I'm no Madame Leota. So there's tarot cards that are floating in the air next to Madame Leota's head. I find it so cool that this ride starts off with a seance to summon the 999 happy haunts. What's interesting is sometimes I'll read Madame Leota's invocation and I'll ask like my fellow paranormal researchers, pagans, witches, where this came from. And I get answers ranging from, oh, it's from a Victorian seance, or it's from one of Lincoln's seances. In case you didn't know, President Abraham Lincoln had seances in the White House. And then when I tell them that it's a script from the Haunted Mansion, the reactions are always amusing. Because Madame Leota's speech sounds very similar to a real seance invocation. Here's an invocation from 1901. This is a land where we all go, where never the frost or cold winds blow, and friends remembered reunite, where those who hate forget their spite. And glows surround these gentle beings. We call you now to bless our meetings. Heaven's promise our spirits thrive. So now for the living, let the dead come alive. Greetings, spirits, speak now to us. And this is from the Spirit Speaks Weekly Newspaper, 1901, and it was revised by Barbara Morris. So isn't that cool? Like, really, when we go into the Haunted Mansion ride and Madame Leota speaks, we really are listening to a very realistic seance invocation. All right, I need to drink my tea. This video is brought to you by the Hilton Garden Inn. Not really. Although if they'd like to send me a check for a sponsored video, they can. If you're in your doom buggy on the Haunted Mansion, we see a variety of vignettes. Like there's ghosts dancing in the ballroom, we see a ghost blowing out candles, and we see other ghostly images. And it's fairly well known that this technique that they used is called Pepper's Ghosts. And this is actually real Victorian technology. This technique actually came out, or this effect came out around the time that spiritualism became popular, so we're talking like 1862. Yeah, spiritualism became really popular mainly thanks to the Civil War because people didn't have closure, they didn't have resolutions to their loved ones dying on battlefields like hundreds of miles away, if not thousands of miles away. These families were left behind trying to make contact with their lost loved ones, which is a big reason why seances became so popular. Anyway, Pepper's Ghost. This effect was created by a scientist by the name of John Henry Pepper. It involves a room hidden from the viewer that is illuminated, and it involves glass. The glass is important. So what we see on Disneyland's Haunted Mansion is actually two rooms. There's a room above the Doom Buggy and there's a room underneath. Crazy, right? So you have the room above, you have animatronic ghosts above and animatronic ghosts below, and then you have the clear glass that shows the reflections of the ghosts, and then you have the ballroom behind the glass, so it makes it look like that the ghosts are dancing around the ballroom when really they're just in the room below and above the Doom Buggies. So really cool Victorian special effect there, adding a bit more realism to the Haunted Mansion. So we can definitely tell that Disney's Imagineers really did their research when it came to developing the Haunted Mansion ride, from the Victorian seance script to the structure with the Winchester house to the special effects. It's all delightfully Victorian. And of course, the big, scary, spooky specter of the Haunted Mansion ride is the bride. And the bride really has this Black Widow, Lizzie Borden type of vibe, which again, makes sense. It's kind of interesting how the bride is an axe murderer, and some of the most famously haunted sites involve axe murders, like the Villisca Axe Murder House and the Lizzie Borden House. So this storyline fits perfectly within a spooky narrative. And at the end of the ride, it's very apparent that the bride's ghost is still active and she's beckoning you to come back in the afterlife. Hurry back, hurry back. Be sure to bring your death certificate. Anyway, at the end of the day, we are finding much more paranormal inspiration in the world around us. In the case of Disneyland's The Haunted Mansion, there is a lot more truth embedded into the ride than fiction. Remember that next time you ride the Haunted Mansion. And be careful, the Haunted Mansion is known for being haunted in real life, so you may actually bring home a hitchhiking ghost for real. What do you think of Disneyland's Haunted Mansion? What do you think of the story? Before you go, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, turn on the notifications, and feel free to share this with your friends and family who also enjoy the spooky stuff, Disneyland, and the Haunted Mansion. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next round.